Welcome to the Doggone Country Podcast, everybody.
First episode.
Episode uno. Well, guys, my name's Justin Bryan.
My name's Tyler Barron. I totally missed that cue.
You did, buddy. You
Barron.
did. So, this is going to be the first episode, man. And I guess just an introduction. We're going to talk a little bit about us and how we got started, how we got the idea to do this, and all that. We got some guests coming on over the next few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Going to be pretty cool, man. We want this thing to just talk about country music and hunting and dogs and politics and whatever the hell else we get into.
Yeah, pretty
Really?
much anything. Yeah. Pretty much whoever
Shit, man.
will give us an hour of their time to come over and be on it. We'll let them talk about whatever.
If it sounds like something that's going to offend somebody, we're probably going to talk about it.
More than likely.
So we've both been in Nashville for, what, 8? I've been here 8 years. You've been here 10.
10, yeah, going on 10.
Started off playing at this purple building in Nashville.
Yeah.
We've both agreed to never say the name out loud. It's like Voldemort.
Who's Voldemort?
Voldemort. Whatever.
I know what you mean. Yeah, we met. I met you right when we. It was right when you got to town.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Which you probably say Justin's from Ohio. I'm from Alabama. I'm from right around. It's a little place called Gordo, right around Tuscaloosa. You're from what? West Alec. West
Alexandria. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dayton area.
Yeah.
Ohio. It's a big culture shock, man. Nashville's it's something.
Yeah, it's something then. Imagine now, it's so different now too. It's grown so much.
Dude, I feel like everybody comes to Nashville now. Like when I was back home before I lived here, I never heard anybody say, "Hey, we're going to Nashville this weekend," or "We just got back from Nashville." Yeah. And now everywhere you go, it's like
within the past, what do you think, like 4 or 5 years that's been happening? Like I had nobody from like where I was from. Like I grew up. I mean I've been playing music since I was like 11, and like I knew I wanted to be a country singer when I was 4. You know what I mean? Like it was that kind of thing.
Same.
So like my parents always brought me up here. You know, we'd do the tour of the Opry or whatever, and we do like Christmas shopping. Like this is kind of our, but like I don't feel like anybody else did. But like here over the past 3 or 4 years, like I'd run into people like my old teachers from high school and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh hey, and I'm like, like I feel like nobody ever used to come here the way that they do now. And now everybody and their mamas, like Nashville's the place.
It's great, but it's also like, how do you say this?
I don't know. I love it. I do. I love it and I hate it all at the same time.
It's awesome that there's more people here now and there's not slow season anymore. But it's attracted the wrong kind of people too over the years to come here. It's
a way different crowd than what used to be. Like
a lot of people don't want to hear music. Like they don't come for music anymore.
No, it's not like, I mean, when we first moved here, you say what, like right around Christmas, I'd say when I'd go home for Christmas and come back until, like end of March, 1st of April, you were singing to bar stools, which by the way, we play downtown on Broadway. That's what we've been doing. We play it like now we're playing for the TC circuit, so we're playing it Luke's and Jason's and Kill Cowboy and all of that stuff. But used to, back in those days, man, we would literally play it for nobody. But now, it'd be the middle of February and it's packed, which is good.
Dude, November through April.
But you don't.
It's terrible.
You don't get those tables that I remember used to, like, you'd have those people that came in, they're like, yeah, we came all the way here. Like, we came here to listen to the bands.
Yeah.
Like, that's not what it's, there's so many people that come for shopping or come for,
But I feel like
it's not, it's a different crowd. It's good. It's good for us. And you still definitely do have those people, but it's not it's not just those people.
This is controversial.
We're about to get in trouble.
I feel like, dude, well, maybe this has always kind of been a thing, but I feel like over the past, go back and listen to the top 40 country hits of 2012.
Oh, we've had this conversation.
It was probably the worst year for country music ever. It was terrible. The songs were
What were the songs? No, man. No. Because that was about the time.
Florida Georgia Line.
See.
It was all Cruise and Like I love Dirks, but even
Yeah.
Dirks that year put out like
See, I like.
5150. It's like
See, I still like. I mean, dude,
I don't.
yeah, dude, if it's summertime, you roll the windows down and put on some FGL. I'll listen to it.
Dog, no.
Yeah, like dude, their first album.
Put on some damn Alabama.
I mean, for
Shenandoah.
sure, dude. You know I'm all about the '90s
Come on
country.
with some
But,
Diffie now.
and what was that? What was that Luke Bryan album that got so? Dude, I about wore that
Tailgates
thing
and tan
out.
lines.
I wore that thing out. Dude.
Okay, that's that. Yeah,
And
but that was prior.
Thomas Rhett's first album. What was it? It was just Thomas Rhett, wasn't it? Or did it have like a?
Yeah, we're just front porch junkies.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Well,
There was some good albums that came out, but I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
okay, but there was like 4 or 5 years where country music was all about that. It was trucks and beer, and which we all love. But
Yeah.
it's like every damn song on the radio was the same shit,
Well,
just rewritten. And I mean, hell, they had the same chord progression. It was the same damn song.
yeah.
So it was so bad that now, like now, I feel like we're at the point in country music where if somebody comes out with something just different,
Yeah.
it ain't even got to be good, and people are like, "Oh man, this is the shit."
Yeah, like
And it's not. It's terrible too. It just sounds different than
it's
Sam
just,
Hunt.
It's just different. Yeah. Well, that was it. I feel like we went down this road where like this thing came out and it was really popular, and then everybody said, "Okay, that's what's popular," and then everybody goes, "I'm gonna do that exactly thing."
Yeah,
Like that exact thing. That's what I'm gonna do.
we were
I just
here.
did it.
We were here for all the 18, 19-year-old, 20-year-old kids
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
trying to be Tyler Hubbard and Sam Hunt.
Yeah.
It was.
I was still trying to be Kenny Chesney.
I'm trying to get drunk and be George Jones.
But I mean, you moved here. How old were you when you moved here?
22.
I was 21. So yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I think I was 22. It was awesome.
It was great. That was a great time. But I mean, I feel like we have a different viewpoint on this than a lot of the world, because our job is literally to front bands. If we're doing full band shows, that's pretty much all we do now. We used to do a ton of acoustic shows, but I mean, our job is to take requests. So we're going off of
in Nashville. It is, yes.
In Nashville. You know, when we're not doing like private gigs or private events or whatever, or doing our own showcases or whatever. Like if we're downtown, like doing our day job, you know, playing in the bars. Our job is to take requests. So we're getting, we know exactly what people each year are asking for in Nashville, you know? And every time a new artist, or like, it'll kind of change guards, and like people start coming in and they're requesting this stuff. And I'm like, man, crap, I don't know any of that. And like, you'll listen to it, and then I'll kind of like make a decision. I'm like, all right, does that fit my voice, or do I like it? And I'm like, I don't really like singing it. So then, you know, I'll be like, well, I can't do that, but I can do 2 dozen roses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I love the people that come up to us and they're like, can you play blah, blah, blah by Morgan Wallen? I'm like, man, I don't know that one.
Yeah.
You know, I don't do a whole lot of the new stuff, but I know probably 15 Morgan Wallen songs.
Yeah.
And they're like, I can't believe that you don't know this B-side that's never been on the radio before. I cannot believe you don't know. It's such a great song. You can do it. Just look up the lyrics. It's like,
his B-side stuff's where it's at.
Dog.
But yeah, that's the thing too.
I tell you what, you give me $200 and I'll go in the alley and learn this sumbitch, and I'll come back and play it.
They're like, just try it. I'm like, I've never heard it.
Yeah, I gotta
All
know
right.
how.
Well, here's $20. I want you to stop your entire show, get on YouTube, go back there for 5 minutes and listen to it. Then come back, and I want you to teach all 4 of your band members how to play it. So 30 minutes later, you know what I mean? It's like, dude, I can't do that, man.
It's
like,
awesome.
I can't, yeah. But I mean, people are drunk. You know how you are when you're drunk. You have crazy expectations.
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild.
It's a
dude.
fun job, though.
So back in the day, we talked about the Purple Place that we used to play. So back in the day, to get gigs, we had to wake up and
So where we work now, we have a schedule.
yeah, we have a schedule. Like,
We know where we're playing at.
2 months in advance, we know where we're going, and if I have shows on the road or whatever, you know, normally they're booked 5, 6, at least months out. You know, so I can go on my scheduling app and put in what I want off and what, you know, where I can't play, and but back in the day we didn't have that.
No.
We had to wake up every morning at 5:30 and call this crazy old bastard
Yeah.
at 5:30 a.m. or 5 a.m.
But then you would show up. So those acoustic gigs, it was a 3-person gig. It's supposed to be 3 people. You'd sing, this person would sing, that person would sing. You'd show up to your 2 to
Maybe
6,
12 people there.
and then you're playing like rock paper scissors to figure out who goes home, and then you got to call that person back, and you're like, hey, there's 12 of us here. What do you want to do? I'll fucking figure it out. You tell them to go home. And I'm like, me tell them to go home. Yeah, you stay, but you tell whoever else to go home. And that was after I'd been there
And
for a
then
while.
you got to look like the bad guy.
Yeah, and you're like, hey, man, he told me to stay, and he told you and you to stay. And they're like, oh, you're lying. And I'm like, dude, I'm not lying.
And they'd call him.
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, and I'm like, don't call him. He's going to get mad. And I'm like, man, I used to get sent home from these gigs all the time. I'm not lying. I've just been here long enough now that he tells me to send people home,
Yeah.
God,
Yeah, it's wild, dude.
what a time, dude. Yeah, Nashville's changed a lot, man.
Yeah, I guess sent home from a lot of them. What I love too is, I mean, I don't know how many people that we used to play with are going to listen to this, but I love the people that used to, like you said, there would be 3 of us, just us and a guitar,
Yeah, just acoustic.
Yeah, just acoustic shows, and we would literally take turns, and sometimes you had no idea who was playing. It was such an unorganized shit show because you could have like 2 guys like us on there that are going to play all the 90s stuff or whatever, even the newer stuff, but like we were going to play something cool, and then you could have like some dude come in with face tattoos and long hair and sing freaking ZZ Top and
I mean, like not knocking other artists, but like like that stuff's cool. It's got its place. Yeah, they're awesome. They're usually killer guitar players and great singers.
They could be great, but
and it's like,
why would you book those 3 people together? Like it's such a roller coaster, dude. And you'd have somebody that came in just to see them play, or because they heard them sing. Like that guy was singing when they walked in the front door to the bar.
Yeah.
So they're like, "Oh man, these guys are playing good old school rock and roll."
And then it's like,
hey, they sit down in it, and then by the time they sit down, you're playing, and you play Kenny Chesney, Old Blue Chair, and they're like, "This is a damn call. This is a shock. Like, what the hell? I didn't come in here to listen to this."
You go from 5 Finger Death Punch to, hey, my name's Tyler Barron from Alabama, and here's some Alan Jackson, and they're like, what?
So it was just like nothing. That's nothing against the artist or anything.
No, it's just the way that it worked. It's just how it was.
It was just weird, man. It was a weird vibe, and then you never got to people obviously that weren't that good and that had just moved here. Fuck, I played with people that couldn't even turn their guitar on.
Dude, that was
like literally straight out of their parents' basement. Never played live shows before.
You played a ton before you moved here, right?
A ton.
I did too.
A ton.
Like, but I was like, man, I'm not just gonna like. I mean, like I said, I've been playing since like I was really young. But I was like 18, 19. I was like, man, I really want to go to Nashville. But I was like, man, I need to play like by myself. Like, I need to do some of these. So I would go out. I live like 30, 40 minutes from Tuscaloosa. So I used to go play out those college bars. Like I did that for 2 or 3 years, and I was like, all right, I think I might be ready. And I still wasn't confident that dude, you'd have people come to town that like if they broke a string, they didn't even know how to change it. And they're like, I want the best shifts at the best times. And I'm like, bro, like how are you that cocky? This is me. Like I was scared to move here that,
Yeah.
I'm like, if you meet a cocky person in Nashville, man, go the other way. Cause like I'm telling you now, I don't care who you are.
I don't give a shit if they got hits on the radio.
Dude, your butt's been humbled in this town.
Yeah.
Like you can find people that have hits on the radio.
Maybe not Stapleton.
And I can point you in the direction.
Everybody else has been humbled.
But like you can have hits on the radio, and I can point you in the direction of a bartender that could sing you under a bus.
Yeah.
This is a town you get humbled in real fast.
Yeah. For sure. It's wild, man. And we've both ran into people like that, dude. Yeah. I mean, even stars. I've ran into stars that were assholes.
Yeah.
And it's some of them ain't even good. You don't even know how the hell they got on the radio.
And then vice versa. I've had some like
some that
come into my shows that are just the coolest for They're just sitting there, and you come off like, dude, you're awesome. And I'm like, you're famous. And I'm like, dude, holy crap. I'm like taking pictures, sending it to my mom. They're like, holy crap, you met. I'm like, yeah. That was really cool. Then my mom's like, get his number. And I'm like, no, he's drunk. I'm not gonna do that. That's weird, you know?
We were playing there one day, the Purple Palace.
Yeah.
And this dude come in and just walk through the room while I was playing a song. And he was wearing like sweatpants and a hoodie and like ball cap on, pulled down, hood come up. And my friends literally used to call me Eagle Eye because I knew exactly who everybody was, you know.
You are. I've had this happen when I was playing with you.
I was like, hey, there's, you know, and we were on stage and I was playing with Landon, and Landon was singing, and I was like, hey, dude, Tyler Farr just walked through. And Tyler literally stopped and he goes, what? Because he's a big Tyler Farr fan. And I was like, hey, Tyler. And he literally just turned around, like came back through the door. Like, because he was going like.
You yelled at him?
Yeah, I did. Over the microphone.
That's a Justin Bryan move.
Over the microphone. I didn't have time to go run him down. I was on stage. So I was like, hey, Tyler.
That's awesome.
And he had already walked through that back door, like going to the alley. Yeah. He was back by the steps when I said that. We were in the back room. And he came back in, and he goes like that. I was like, you want to get up here and sing one?
No, you asked him?
We were the Mark Sellers. Actually, Mark might have asked him.
Okay.
Mark might have asked him, but I was the one that yelled at him, and he came back in. I don't remember. One of us did. And he was like, yeah, dude. So he got up.
That's pretty cool.
He got up and took Mark's seat and played Mark Gibson. But just the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got up and sang like 3 or 4 songs with us. It was awesome, dude.
Oh, that's cool.
But this was like when I first moved here, so I was still 22, maybe just turned 23.
Yeah, so it's super cool.
It was like super slow season. Yeah. There wasn't many people in there. I don't even think the people that were in there knew who he was.
Yeah.
But
man, a lot of times it's hard to recognize. Dude, I almost ran over Jason Aldean with a buggy in Academy. I did. I think I pissed him off. I didn't mean to. If you're listening to this, I'm sorry. I doubt he is. I hope he is, though. But I was in Academy, and I was getting ready to go fishing or something, and I was back there, like, getting stuff. I had my buggy, and I'm on my phone. I'm just, like, bebopping around. You know how, you're going around the aisle?
Mm-hmm.
And I go right here, and, dude, this dude comes, like, he was, like, in a rush. Dude, I about hit him with the buggy, and he's, like, it just looks up, like, damn it, dude, you almost run me over.
Holy shit.
And I was like and then he realized I knew who he was, and he's like, and just like went around, and I was like, holy crap, man, that was Jason Aldean. Stin Academy.
That's how I met. I didn't know that. That's where I met Thomas Rhett.
Really?
Academy in Madison.
We need to go hang out at the Academy some more.
I know. Dude, Academy's the shit.
Yeah, everybody goes there.
I know, but y'all are from the South, dude. We don't have Academy in Ohio.
Yeah.
I never had it till I got down here.
Yeah, it's more of a Southern thing or something.
That's one of the only 4 stores I go to.
Academy.
Bass Pro, Academy, Tractor Supply.
Yeah.
That's really it. Walmart. I go to Walmart.
Yeah. I hate going to Walmart so much. I do go, though.
I don't go anywhere else other than the hunting and fishing section.
Yeah, same.
That's it. I talked Tyler into buying a dog.
Yeah. So I wanted a retriever. Justin trains I would say duck dogs, but you've trained pointers, you've trained our beagles, you've trained about anything so far. I mean, you've trained a ton.
Beagles are easy. You just got to find rabbits and let them do what beagles do.
But Justin's got 2 fully trained labs, and I was like, I want a retriever. You know, I was like, I don't really duck hunt that much. I was like, I dove hunt, and I was single at the time, and I was like, man, I want a dog. You know, I was like, I didn't really want an 80-pound lab in the house at the time. And he was like, dude, have you seen Boykin Spaniels? And I was like, no, I don't know what that is. And you sent me like a bunch of YouTube videos, and I kind of started doing research, and I was like, man, those dogs are awesome. They look.
You started doing research.
Dude, I did about an hour.
You found out what they were, and 3 hours later, you put a fucking deposit down.
I remember because I was going home for Christmas, and I stopped. They had just built that Buc-ee's right there in Athens. And I was going back home to Alabama and see my family, and I stopped right there, and I was on Puppy Find, and I was like, dude, Bryan, Boykin Spaniel, oh man, they hunt? Heck yeah. I was like, you know, the mom and dad hunted, so I was like, I called the guy, and I just put a deposit on it, like right there. And we go down to Georgia. We made where was it at? Montezuma, Georgia?
Yeah.
Middle of nowhere, nothing there.
Fucking nothing.
Absolutely nothing there.
We found out that how fucking nothing there was there. Because my fucking keys got locked in my truck.
They have a strip club that serves hot wings.
Dude, we're on fucking...
We're pulling your camper because we're making like a 3-day trip out of this.
I-643 or some shit down there in the middle of nothing. And all of a sudden, literally, I don't even think we've seen a fucking gas station for 40 minutes.
There's nothing.
And out of nowhere, there's just a freaking billboard the size of Texas on the side of the road that says strippers and hot wings. And then right under that billboard was another billboard that said Jesus loves you.
Yeah.
I was like, damn,
welcome to the South, buddy.
This is wild, man. We in the Bible Belt, but they still like to party. You know what I mean?
That was awesome. We almost went too. We actually didn't go. We should have. We need to go back. We should go just to say we went and had the hot wings.
Strippers.
They're probably good. But anyway, we get to Montezuma. We
want to know what kind of sauce is on them wings, boy.
Not at all, buddy. Not at all. I'm gonna let you try them first. See if you get sick.
Tastes like bacon, soda, and cocoa butter.
But we get to we get down there. You had your girlfriend with us at the time, Jessie.
Yeah.
She had her wiener dog. We're sitting on the porch. We're looking at these little.
He had to put dog in there.
Little bitty, these little bitty Boykin Spaniel puppies. They're freaking cute. I'm like, man, this is gonna be awesome. And you turn around, you're like, man, my mirror's just folded it on my truck. That's weird, dude.
I got a button up on my damn door.
Yeah.
On my truck that folds my mirrors.
You just got that truck. You're like, oh, it's a new truck. I don't know. It probably does that when I lock it or something. We're like, yeah, okay, whatever. So give the guy the money. We go out there. We are 2 hours away from everything. Yeah. We get back to the truck and it's locked. So Rhodey, the wiener dog, had stepped on the lock button and locked the truck. It took us like an hour of like trying to coax him over the door, and finally we got him to press the unlock button. Like,
if anybody wants a wiener dog,
it would have took us 6 business days to get locksmith out there, for sure.
Yeah. Well, we talked to that guy. He's like, dude, it's gonna be like probably hours before anybody could get here, and I was like, shit.
But that's how I got Peach. Peach turned out to be deaf and not very good with Schreiber. So
she is a
Peach is a couch potato now, and I just got a GSP.
Yep.
Named Tilly.
Peach is
that we're training. But anyway, on the way back, where we're getting at, we were listening to the Georgia game. It was when Georgia was playing.
Dude, so my camper. We took my camper down, and my camper has an antenna and everything. Yeah, and no matter where I've been, it's always picked up like a ton of local channels. It's always it does really good at that. Hell, even at my house.
And Alabama wasn't in the national championship, so I was just like,
yeah, we're in Georgia. Georgia's playing in the national championship.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
And it gave us like 57 local stations, and the Georgia game was not on one of them.
No, we listened to it on the radio.
Like, what the hell? No, we pulled it up on your phone.
Oh, that's right. We're sitting out by the
table and watched it on the phone.
That's right. That's freaking right. I forgot about that.
Georgia is not as I thought they would be.
I kind of
more supportive of their team, man.
But we were sitting there. We're at camp. This was actually the day before we went and got Peach. We stopped halfway down. That's what it was.
Yeah, at the campground.
Yeah.
Some campground.
Yeah, and we were like, man, we should have a drink. And you're like, dude, I don't know if I have any booze, and we don't. And I was like, well, crap, that's not good.
Story starts.
And you're like, oh, dude, you know what? Somebody gave me a bottle of vodka. I have some.
Yeah,
perfect. I was like, what are we gonna drink with it? Because neither one of us really drink vodka. And you had those Lipton.
No, I never drink vodka.
You had those Lipton peach teas.
That's why it was still in there, because somebody gave it. I don't know where I got that bottle of vodka, but it was still in the camper.
We drank all of it.
The whole thing.
All of it.
We realized that peach tea and vodka was delicious.
Yeah. Jesse's sitting on the bed in the camper just looking at us going, oh my God.
You guys are.
We're like, just like telling, like, you know everything about me from that night. You told me your whole family history, your life history. Like, I love you, man. You're my best friend. We're like, it was one of those. And I remember at some point in the middle of that, we're like, we should start a podcast.
Well, because we sit there and bullshitted for hours, dude. I mean, but it was funnier than hell, too. I mean, it was. We talked about it then, and we were like,
so the moral of the story is, if you don't like the podcast, you should drink, and you will. It'll be funnier if you do.
Fuck yeah.
Works for us anyway. And that's how this whole thing kind of like started, you know.
Well,
and we're like, we have so many buddies. Like, we have
We got to talking about it.
We have so many friends that play in our bands that have played with like so many played with like really big fans. I don't know why the heck they play with us, but they play with famous people and Steven.
Yeah, you got.
Yeah, now he's producing our podcast.
But seriously, that's a true story. He's played with Cody Johnson, played with Tanya Tucker.
does.
She's even got a bidet on her toilet in her tour bus.
Dude, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, hell yeah,
I
dude.
was all against bidets for so long, and you got one, and you were like, dude, you have
Change your
got
life,
to
son.
get a bidet. And I'm like, man, that's stupid.
Change your life.
I'm not freaking getting a bidet.
Look.
And I said, dude,
$25 Amazon. Change your life.
Best thing
Clean butthole.
Best thing ever.
Fuck yeah, it is.
Best thing ever. Hands down. If you don't have one, get on Amazon and go get one right now. Best thing.
Everybody thinks it shoots water up your ass.
I did.
I know. Everybody thinks that. That's not the truth.
Mm-mm.
If it shoots up your ass, you got a loose ass.
That's getting cut out. That's not making it.
I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. That's the truth.
Oh, God. I mean, yeah. But you got the pressure too high, one of the two. But yeah, I mean, we just wanted to get on here and just share our story. I mean,
And promote bidets.
I mean, we're not we need a bidet sponsorship.
It's a
Hey,
boudreaux.
anybody listen to this that's a member of that, like, is a CEO of a bidet company, hit us up, man.
Bro.
We will advertise that. Oh, I'll advertise the shit
Dude
out of
wipes.
that. Dude wipes. Yeah.
I have a dude bidet.
Oh, do you have a dude wipes one?
Yeah.
I just got like a generic one. I don't think mine's a dude. I want one with a heated seat. That'd be nice.
I never leave.
And maybe a Bluetooth speaker.
Jesse'd be all kinds of pissed.
That'd be dope. You have one with a Bluetooth speaker?
Bruh.
Seat? You just be in there, 2 dozen roses. I wouldn't come out of there, dude. I wouldn't come out.
We'll get Shenandoah and Dude Wipes to sponsor this podcast. Let me call Marty Raven.
Just get a big Shenandoah sticker on the toilet lid. That'd be awesome.
Bruh.
We're onto something.
We're thinking of shit now. We've about polished these off. It's starting to get good.
We're
fellas.
literally thinking of shit. But yeah, I mean, we just wanted to get on and talk about, our story. Like, we're not anything special. You've got music out on Spotify. I've got stuff on Spotify and Apple.
Speak for yourself, bro. I'm great.
All of that. Well, I mean, I think I'm awesome too. But I mean, as far as like actually being like having, you know what I mean, like having a deal. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. We get to wake up and play music for a living, and we've done it for 10 years, and we make a good living doing it. Like, it's awesome. It's an awesome job. But we're not like
I mean,
not famous or anything. But
at the end of the day, that's all I ever wanted.
Same, man. Yeah, same.
But we like he said, we know so many people that after being here as long as we have, we know people that have played for just about damn near everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, old school, new school, all of it. So,
like, there's not a lot of stuff like,
and we've
talking
played
about
with them, and we've met them too. And I mean, there's nothing saying that we're not going to have somebody like that on the podcast eventually either. But I really want to hear the stories from the road.
That's the best, man. That's the best. Is like when you get as close as we are to it, you get to hear all those like, they did what?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's awesome.
And some of them they can't tell, but some of them they can. Obviously.
Those are the good ones.
I feel like that's the stuff that country music fans want to hear. Is that it's not out there anywhere. It's not. And like
with that and like there's
and I don't know about the people that we're gonna bring on or the guests and stuff, but I mean, if I think something, I'm gonna say it.
Yeah, I want to know.
It's gonna be as raw as we can keep it for sure.
I mean, I think it should be like I think there's not a lot. How many people do you have come up to you during your show, or have you come up to you in the past 10 years and be like, man, so how does this work? Like, how do you guys get?
I have no idea.
Like nobody knows really how. Like everybody knows like the huge stars, like how that works, but like how does it work for like a middle tier musician? Kind of like us.
Yeah,
it's not
not big,
quote unquote, not made it, but we've been doing it for 10 years and making. I think it's an interesting point of view.
Yeah,
that nobody talks about.
It is.
You can make it, and you can make it and be comfortable, and not be huge.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we want to be. We'd love to have a record deal and a tour bus.
I don't know, man. At this point in damn time, I'm 30 years old, got a kid now.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, I'm not old for the business, but at the same time, dude, I couldn't imagine being Aldine. Like, you said that he was in a hurry when he went into academy.
Oh yeah, sure.
Like,
It's freaking
bro, he was in a hurry so he could get in there and get what the hell he needed and get the fuck out without getting seen.
yeah.
I don't want to do that, dude. I would like
I do it in a heartbeat.
it's. I don't know. You can't go anywhere, dude. It's cool at first.
Yeah,
Like I mean, I'm sure you've experienced a little bit of it. I've experienced a little bit of it.
yeah.
Like certain shows or whatever, you go out.
Hey, you go back. You know, play somewhere like
Well, I
your
mean,
hometown or whatever. Anybody knows?
I'm sure a lot of people that are going to listen to this was there, but like I played a show with Clay Walker one time,
Yeah.
and it was at that point in time definitely the most important show I've ever done because that was full circle moment for me. That was my first concert I ever went to, my hero when I was a kid, and then like almost exactly 20 years to the date, I got to open for him.
That's awesome.
So when I finished that show, I was like, I had a merch table set up inside, and I had, people inside working my merch table. And I told the crowd in my last song, I was like, hey, I'd love to meet every single one of you that want to meet me.
Yeah.
You want to meet me, I want to meet you.
Yeah.
I'll be inside as soon as I can get there. And I mean, dude, people went nuts. And like, security gets me off stage and takes me through the back behind these bowling alleys. And next thing you know, we come out and I see my table, and all I see is people. And I'm like, what the hell are they, like, what are all these people doing? And I didn't know, like, it didn't ever even cross my mind until I got to the table and I realized, holy shit, all these people are standing in line at my table. I'm talking, dude, it was probably 200 yards long and then wrapped around and came back again.
Yeah.
And
I mean, you got a lot of cousins. But not that much.
A lot of cousins. I almost missed Clay's whole show because of it. And which, I couldn't
awesome,
even be
man.
mad about. Obviously, I wanted to watch Clay, but so we've had little tastes of stuff like that.
Sure.
To where you kind of felt fame,
Yeah.
And it's awesome, but it's overwhelming as shit. You know what I mean?
I get it.
And I couldn't imagine doing it every day, all day. As soon as you walk out your house, there's,
It's not that crazy though. Nobody's like waiting outside your house.
shit.
You think so?
Yeah, dude, depending on who they are.
I do it.
Absolutely. Maybe not so much in the country music business as far as houses.
Everybody kind of leaves everybody alone.
That's because you go around Nashville and all the stars have big gates and their houses are 10 miles off the road.
Yeah, that's true.
But the ones that live in L.A.
Well, yeah.
or whatever, it's not like that out there.
Buddy,
we're country over
Neither
here.
one of you are moving to California.
No, fuck no. You couldn't pay me to move that shit place. But, I mean, definitely everywhere when they go out in public, for sure. Especially Jason and Luke and all those guys.
I get it.
I'm not talking about your
I'd still do it.
Tyler Farrs or whoever, but I'm talking about
You don't want to do it though. You
Aldine.
don't want to play like a huge show. That'd be
Fuck yeah, that'd be fun.
That'd be
but I
awesome.
think it'd be funner to open for the big guy.
like putting out your own stuff though, like your own music, like going out there and that'd be freaking sweet.
It'd be cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be awesome. No doubt about
You
it.
know how many hunting dogs we could have?
That would be all the cool stuff.
Yeah, and then we'd have enough money to go pay
The
on fees.
fact
Then
that
we'd have enough money to go on a guided elk hunt.
the fact that you
See? You're not getting the whole picture here, man.
I do. That's all the cool stuff.
Yeah.
That's the good part of it. Man, or Garth. Imagine being Garth.
Oh, dude, I don't think there'll ever be another Garth.
Here's a Garth story for y'all.
I don't know if anybody can get that famous anymore.
Here's a Garth story for y'all.
Like,
I don't think
that was
No,
insane.
that's the thing.
Here's the thing too. I don't think people look at stars now like they did
They don't.
like in the night. Like now with social media and stuff, it's like everybody's just a
Look at
regular
Luke,
person.
dude. Look at Luke Combs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like a career like that.
When Luke
that'd be
came
sick.
out, in 2016, something like that.
Yeah,
When Hurricane hit,
that was.
and then it was like
that was a wild time, dude. Oh my god, everybody requested Luke Combs for dude. I mean, that was killer. I love that song. It was a killer song.
For like 5 years, dude, it was Luke Combs, Luke Combs, Luke Combs, Luke Combs, Luke Combs.
It's crazy.
And then Morgan Wallen, bam.
Yeah, That was a wild one.
Dude, we don't even get Luke Combs requests anymore.
I really don't.
Nobody
Not like I
even
used
knows.
to.
Like,
I get them every now and then.
it's wild.
When Fast Car came out, I got Fast Car all the time. So I mean, that's Tracy Chapman still. I like Fast Car.
But still, I mean, it's freaking Morgan Wallen. And I guarantee you, come about 2027, somebody else is going to come out, and then Morgan's going to be gone. Like, I really think, as much as we're talking about Jason and Luke, like, I really think Jason and Luke are the last two people that are still going to be big in 20 years.
Yeah.
Name me a song since 2010 that is going to be the next 2 dozen roses.
Al Dean's had some longevity, man. That dude's had a hell of a career.
So is Luke.
Yeah, he has.
But the thing is, there's not music being made that's going to be around in 20 years anymore or 30 years.
No.
There's not Your Friends in Low Places and Strawberry Wines and That Ain't My Truck.
I think there's so much music now. Like, it's so, you know what I mean? Like, it's like the news. Like, a big thing will happen.
Maybe that's it.
Everybody will freak out over it for a day, and the next day something else big happens, and then by the end of the week, you forgot about the first thing.
I just don't think it's as good as it used to be either.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, like, it's not. You listen to something, you know, 20 times, and you're tired of hearing it.
I miss the story songs, man. Like, not the ballad story songs, but like the early 2000s Kenny Chesney story songs.
Yeah.
Those were like.
So here's a Gar story for y'all. This is what we were talking about when we tell stories and shit. So
how do you know this?
I finished a gig. It was me.
Oh, okay.
I finished a gig one day, and I hit the back alley to leave. I was with Mark Sellers.
Tell me about this.
And the bar that we were playing, like, you literally take 10 steps across the alley, and there's the artist entrance to the Ryman. So what made that place so famous back in the day was all the artists that were going to play the Opry or the Ryman would sneak over to that place and drink and get fucked up and then go back and play the show.
Yeah.
Well, I walked into the alley, and I don't know, they had to have been people, you know how people used to sit in the alley
and wait for the artist.
And wait for the artist?
Yeah.
So I had to walk out at the perfect timing, because as soon as I walked out the door, there's Garth standing there on his phone, and he still had a damn flip phone. Like, it's hilarious, dude. This is like 20.
Garth's in the back alley with a pink razor.
Probably 2017. This is probably 2017, I guess.
That's awesome.
It was right after he came back out on world tour and stuff.
Yeah.
And I had a flip phone. And at the same time I seen him, like, this all happened in like a split second, dude. As soon as I seen him and noticed who he was, I like looked down the alley, and there's like 100 people, dude, just running down the alley toward Garth as fast as they could. And it's just Garth. Like, it's just me, Mark, and then Garth is like 5 feet from us. And we haven't said anything to him. He knows we got guitars on our backs.
Yeah, he knows.
He ain't paying no attention to us. And Garth turns around so nonchalantly and just takes his flip phone, clips it shut, slides it in his pocket, puts his hands in the air and goes, "Whoa, everybody, just hold on a second." And he goes, "Everybody, I'd love to meet all y'all. Just form a single file line. Love to meet every one of you." And he did.
That's awesome.
He stood there and met every single damn one of them.
What a guy.
Not a security guard, not a cop, nothing. Just Garth versus 100 people, if not more.
That sounds so hectic.
And I was like, holy shit, dude. I mean, it just like, he said it, boom, they just did it, dude. Like,
it's Garth Brooks. If he says something to you, listen. You go, yes, sir.
The thing is, like, that sounds cool, but what you don't realize, the dude could have taken 3 steps backwards and been in the artist entrance of the Ryman and been gone.
Yeah.
But he didn't. He stayed there and met every single one of them by himself.
I mean, that's why Garth's Garth.
It was awesome, man. But to be that famous, that's what I'm saying, man. That's a lot of pressure, dude. That is a lot. And if you're in a bad mood one day, man, and you just don't want to be dicked with, like, you just want to be left alone or by yourself, or you want to go out and do your own thing.
You're hangry.
You're hangry. Anything, dude. And then,
you got to poop.
One person comes up like, "Oh my God, you're fucking Garth Brooks," and you're like, "Bro,
I'm trying to eat my McGriddle. Leave me alone."
Right.
Dang.
And then that person walks away. He's like, he's an asshole.
Yeah.
And then they go tell their
Yeah.
friends, and then they tell their friends. They're like, yeah, my friend of a friend that knows this guy, he met Garth one time and said he's a dick.
Yep.
It's like,
I totally get that.
that's the part that I would hate about being that famous.
Dude,
that's the part that I would not like about it at all.
I mean,
all the other shit I'd love. I love playing
You've
music.
experienced that to some level though, like being on stage. Like, dude, I was playing. So I play in a band with Justin's girlfriend, Jessie Rose, and the Blue Collar Boys. I co-front that with her. So we were playing the other weekend, and dude, I started I play the banjo. So I have a 5-string banjo on stage. We're playing like 90s, 2000s country, like old rock, like southern rock, things like that. This dude comes up and he's like, "Hey, do you know You're My Hero?" And we're like, dude, like, and like, I was like, hey man, everybody listens to whatever they listen to. I get it, that's good stuff, but like, we don't know it. Oh, come on.
Who is that?
Is that Foo Fighters, Steven? Yes, Foo Fighters. And I was like, dude, we just like the band doesn't know it. I don't know it. Jesse doesn't know it. We can't do it.
It's totally out of
And he's
my
like, oh, right. And he comes back up with $20, and he's like, what about for $20? Y'all just try it. And we're like, dude, we don't know it. Like, I don't know that song. Like, nothing against those guys. I'm sure it's an awesome song. We just don't know it. And he's like, whatever. You just keep the $20. I've heard better, but whatever. And dude, Jesse just went like, and like the whole band was like,
he started yelling at you guys, telling you
he's like, screw that guy. And then we do a toast for the crowd. And we're like, on the count of 3, make some noise. And he yells out trash in Spanish. Like, you guys are trash. I don't speak Spanish. Jesse doesn't speak Spanish. And Jessie heard him yell, and she goes, I don't know what you said, but I'm sure I wouldn't like it. And Noah goes, he called us trash in Spanish. And then she's like, and he's like, get this dude out of here, like security. And then he starts like screaming or whatever, and like security kicks him out. But I'm sure, like, you know, that guy's gonna be like, oh man, those guys are assholes. You know, they suck because they wouldn't do.
I love making fun of them as they're getting kicked out.
It's like, you know, you can only do so much. And like taking requests, you can't know you can't know every freaking song in the world.
No, dude.
We know a ton of
songs. It's not only when people do that, dude. I've been in the middle of a fucking song before. Yeah. Somebody comes up to the front of the stage, just like, or just like waving a $20 bill right up in your face, and like, hey, I have a song, and you're like, I am on the second verse of this. Shut the fuck up and sit down somewhere.
Yeah, like wait till I'm done.
And I'm not fucking homeless. Your $20 bill is not gonna make me fucking drop everything I'm doing in my life. Now, granted, like we work mainly off tips.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Like, thank you guys that do come down there. But like, man,
the people that do tip us, I never, and I tell people this, if you give me $1 and you tell me a song and I know it, I'm gonna do it. If it's a song I've never done, but I think I can pull off, I'm gonna try to pull it off.
Yeah.
Like, I know that it's y'all's hard-earned money. Yeah. You know? And I'm gonna do my best, but fuck, dude, don't come up and wave $1 bill in my face like I'm. Like,
like I'm not gonna
fuck
quit
you for that, dude.
It's like I'm not just gonna be like, oh, hey, everybody quit, everybody stop right here in the middle of the song, man. What would you like to hear? Oh my God, yes, right now. We're gonna ignore this person's request just to do yours since you're yelling.
It's like last night, and props to this girl. I don't know who she was, where she's from, her name, nothing. Yeah, she wasn't old. She was maybe mid-20s, maybe. Okay. Which most of the time aren't the best crowds to have, you know? But she come up to us, and she gave me like $1, I think, maybe. Yeah. Or maybe threw $1 in the tip jug. I'm not even sure. And she wanted a song that I could do. Yeah. So I said, we only got time for one more song and the show's over. I said, she wanted Zach Brown. And I was like, yeah, I'll do that for you. Well, then immediately after, this other lady walked up and gave us a $20 bill for, I don't know, some other song. And she didn't give it to me. She gave it to my fiddle player. And my fiddle player didn't know that I had just taken the Zach Brown request. Yeah. So my fiddle player was like, yeah, $20, we'll play it right now, you know. That's normally the rule of thumb, you know. Whoever pays the most, that's what I'm going to play because, you know.
Yeah, you just kind of.
So I was honest with the little girl. I was like, hey, I'm so sorry. I said, I didn't know we took this request, but I was like, we just got a $20 bill for this song. I was like, I'm so sorry, but I have to do that.
Yeah.
And it's not because it's not because of the money. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
You know, as far as which one I played. But like, obviously, if you give me $1 and they give me 20, you know, they're out a lot more than you if I don't play their song.
You're band leader of 4 other guys or 4 other, guys and girls. They got families and bills and stuff to pay as well.
It's hard to please everybody, man.
Yeah.
You can't fucking do it, dude.
No.
You're gonna piss people off. You're gonna, yeah. That's why I said, like, it would suck to be in the spotlight like that all the time because you don't know what's gonna happen. I mean, and there's, at the end of the day, man, a lot of the stars, especially, I don't know about pop artists or actors or actresses or anything like that, but in the country music industry, most of the artists just want to, I mean, they're just fucking, they're literally the same as me and you.
They're doing what we're doing. They're sitting in a tree stand in November and they're
fishing in the summertime.
Yeah, I mean, it's,
that's, I mean, they just fucking are on a higher scale than we are a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
So they just want to be treated like a normal person.
A little bit, a lot of bit.
Yeah.
Depending.
They literally just want to be treated like a normal person, and most of them are like that, dude.
Yeah.
If you go up to them freaking the fuck out, they're going to be like, I'm out of here.
Dude,
if you go and be like, hey, dude, love your shit, man. You're great.
Most of the people that I've met that are famous and have record deals and hits and stuff, you'd never know. And I'm terrible about picking people out. Like if I see, like, I know all these guys, but like if they're sitting in the crowd with a ball cap on, I won't grab it. But like you or like my buddy Cameron will, and he'll be like, dude, that's that. And I'm like, no, it's not. And he's like, yeah, it is. And then like he'll come up and they'll be like, dude, you guys are killing it, man. Hey, can y'all do this? Or you guys know? And they'll all, and I swear, man, all the guys like on the radio like that I've met, they all request. It's either like Shenandoah, Joe Diffie, George Strait, it's Alan Jackson. You know what I mean? It's always the stuff that I want to play that they'll request. You know,
they all
and they'll
like
come up.
shit.
And I'm like, holy smokes, that's them. You know, and they're all just like super cool. Just like, hey, man, you guys are awesome. Like,
well, it's like when Luke Bryan comes to his bar. There's only.
I still haven't seen him yet.
There's only
I've been
two
playing there for like 5 years.
Well, now it would be us, I guess. But the only band that Luke ever requests is Jamie Baxter because he loves the stuff that Jamie Baxter plays.
Yeah,
that's all that Luke wants to hear is 90s country.
Yeah,
he won't book any other bands that is private stuff. You know, it's like
you love to hear that.
That's the good shit, man.
Yeah,
that's the good shit.
I mean, we're partial to it, but it's my favorite. Like 90s, early 2000s. Good spot to wrap it up.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, that's pretty much it, man. We wanted to get on here and bullshit and introduce and say, you know, basically give you an idea of what we plan on doing in the future.
Yep.
Like we said before, we got some cool guests coming on. Not going to say who they are yet, but
mainly because we don't know.
Some of them we know.
Yeah, we know.
Most of them we know.
We got some cool ones.
Some of them are in the works. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
We're going to get some good stories.
Yeah.
Probably got some more Garth stories coming soon, too.
I hope so, man.
We're going to get Ryland's ass on here.
Yeah, we got to get Ryland for sure.
Old Fowler.
Yeah, we got to do that.
So, all right, guys. Well, y'all be safe.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think about us too much. You can miss us.
Or do. And tell your friends.
Yeah, true. Listen.
Sure.